Mesaieed town. So welcome back to my channel. We are still in Mesaieed, and this is Mesaieed roundabout. This route is taking to Mesaieed city streets. This other junction takes you to industrial area, street 71. Then also this is the industrial road. So let us try to look at the traffic compilation on the Mesaieed roundabout. See how busy it is. And when we are talking about the soft infrastructure, when we are talking about discussing the roads, what we exactly meaning, or what exactly are we talking about? We are talking about the infrastructure that the government, the company has tried to put in consideration in one way or the other. This is exactly what we're talking about. And we are looking at FIFA World Cup. Remember, we are talking about the FIFA World Cup. Qatar, the first country in the Middle East to hold the FIFA World Cup. And it's exactly that we're talking about. This is the roundabout, Mesaieed. I told you we are discovering the small areas that we need to respond in Qatar and get undiscovered and get controlled. So this is what we exactly have. So let's get in the video. You try to see how it looks like, how it's very busy on the Mesaieed roundabout. By the way, don't forget to subscribe my channel. We are looking at the road to 1,000 subscribers. For those that have not subscribed, please consider subscribing by returning subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I'm always very grateful for the support you bring so far. But remember, we are looking at the road to 1,000 subscribers. Remember, still when we are talking about Mesaieed town, we are still looking at a place where we have what we call the Sea Line Beach. And I'm going to move with you, then we try to see how does the Sea Line Beach look like in Mesaieed town. Actually, it's one of the beautiful beaches in Qatar that one has to go to. But we shall move along with me, then we shall go and discover how the Sea Line Beach looks like. So when you talk about green in Qatar, this is exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, it's actually desert, but it's surprising that you may not even believe it is a desert, because look at the green, how flourishing the trees are and how green they look. So it's quite very interesting and very good, and this is exactly what we're talking about. It's a beauty. The beauty itself, it gives you that kind of breathing air, fresh air that you're supposed to have at one time. Remember, when we talk about what we call the sea line, this is what we talk about. Just look at this area. It's quite amazing, but you can have a look at this. You know, these are unseen places, or what you've not seen. So just move right with me, and you try to see something. Try to see the green. Remember, I told you this is the road to the industrial area road, and it's quite very busy with the big trucks moving around. It's the sea line that we talk about. It's quite very interesting, some kind of interesting feature that we need to have. So the junction is a little bit busy. You can have look at the junction and you see how the traffic compilation is all about in this area. Quite busy, and this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the good green. We're talking about the good atmosphere, the environment, which is actually conducive. So we well know Qatar is hosting the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. How beautiful the roundabout state is. Green all around, very beautiful. Okay. This is Mesaieed town in Qatar. Very beautiful town, beautiful town indeed. very quiet, with a very good conducive environment. So it's quite very interesting, and this is exactly what we need, and this is exactly what we are talking about, how beautiful it is. The Mesaieed roundabout beautifully, the landscape itself is just amazing. The air around here is quite breathing, it's very good air. Exactly, this is what we're talking about. Look at the traffic compilation. So what happens in the roundabout on a busy day? Roundabout. This is exactly what we're talking about. It's really quite very interesting. It's very good, and remember, when we talk about the World Cup, we are talking about the 32 teams competing one another for the prize. And but apart from the prize, having fun, bringing people together, and always the winning part will always be given away with a prize, and that prize will always be a trophy. But remember, hosting the World Cup, it's just a big achievement for those countries that are hosting the World Cup, and countries never stay the same as one way or the other. When you look at the landscape is beautifully arranged. When you talk about that, it's beautifully arranged, and this is exactly what we're talking about. So the junction is really very good and very interesting, and actually very clean environment, and that we talk about. Remember, sorry. Remember, the COVID-19 guidelines also have to be followed. Social distancing, putting on the mask is always mandatory, and the only way to move to going back to normal is getting vaccinated. For those people that have not been vaccinated, get vaccination. You always have to live a life that we back where we can see our parents, we can see our families. It's the only way that we have to do is getting vaccinated. Sanitize your hands, social distancing. Follow the Ministry of Health regulations with the COVID guidelines, and it's the only way that we can live back to normal by doing what the Ministry of Health tells us to do. Exactly. This, remember, it's the only way we can protect our families. So please, guys, get vaccinated, get the COVID-19 vaccine, then we shall have to live in a longer life, which is pretty very good and very interesting. So the area is very clean, and actually this itself here, Little Marcela, very good actually when you talk about this area. And I told you, it has, Qatar has one of the best health insurance services available when it comes to safety and health. They normally respond very fast. Calling an ambulance, 99, just in a few minutes, it will definitely just have to do it. This is Mesaieed that we're talking about, a very clean environment, actually, that we see. It's a very busy day. Actually, as we may see, it's quite very busy. See the traffic around the area. It's going to compile this side, industrial area, this side, this side. Exactly. You look at the saline part of it all, which is quite very good. So the area is very good and very conducive. We are looking at the FIFA World Cup, Qatar 2022, and this is exactly what we're talking about. The area is very good and very conducive and very clean environment, which we really have to appreciate in one way or the other. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you think the video is very useful, give that a thumbs up. You'll always be the first to know when I upload a new video or when I upload something new at a time. Exactly, and this is exactly what we're talking about at the time. So we are looking at the compilation around the roundabout. This is exactly what we're talking about, and we can have the streets, look at the streets happening. And now this is what we call Mesaieed Street. Mesaieed Street, Mesaieed City Street, and exactly, it's very good that you can see all the pilot of how it light and how beautiful one way. So it's very, very interesting how we normally have it one way. It's pretty good. The economy is very clean. Takes it around the roundabout. Right, right, on the other side. So move with me as we try to see exactly what, like, how this other area being cared for at the time. So we go where we go, and this is the area. Remember, we are still in Mesaieed. We are still in Mesaieed, one town in Qatar. A very beautiful town, a very beautiful environment town, which is pretty very good. Nation, this is what exactly what we have, and it's pretty very interesting. That kind of have the environment. It's something that we need to talk about. Remember, we are looking at the sea line. The sea line area is Mesaieed. Talk about public transport. We are looking at the Karwa, public transport. That's the more flat. Now, provides public transport, and actually, just a minute away hailing a taxi, you have your transport on. Using the apps, you can still access the public transport here in Qatar. You have your own car, well and good. You can move. Remember, we talked about, you say Qatar is just a small country with a small coastline. So it is easier to move from one area to another. Using the public means, transport, which is quite very interesting. So thank you so much for watching my video. We are still exploring Mesaieed. Watch my next video as we move to another area, and we go to Mesaieed, and now we are going to move right over to the streets and see how the streets look like in this area. Thank you so much for watching my video. Remember, don't forget to subscribe to my video, like, give up the thumbs up, give a like up. You'll always be the first to know when I upload a new video. Thank you so much. See you again in the other video. It's Max from the Malcommextv.